Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
What's up, everybody? I am not Alan Hernandez. I am Gibran Hernandez. I am the producer of the show. I got David Bonilla, my co-producer, sitting here next to me. And we've got Brandon Herrera in studio as the third producer. Now, you won't actually see him because he is camera shy, but don't expect anything. Now, we're so excited to be back on the air. We are officially back in the White Picket Studios. Happy New Year. Happy 2018. Time to get the year started off right. And I want to start this year off by telling everyone a little bit about how this year's format is going to be different.
Yes.
So we've talked to a lot of people, we've done a lot of surveying, and we've tried to figure out exactly what it is that the market needs. What is it that's going to help? Yeah, got to give the people what they want. I mean, that's the key to everything. And the one thing that we kept getting is that an hour-long show is just not digestible.
Yeah.
There is too much information. You got to sit down. You got to listen to the whole thing. You got all of these commercial breaks, all of this stuff going on.
Yep.
And no one can really make the time to sit there for a full hour and actually listen. And so we said, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it. We won't do an hour-long show anymore. So from now on, 2018, we're moving to 30-minute episodes. We are giving you a digestible amount of information so that you can listen, you can sit down, make 30 minutes out of your day, and get what you need to take your business to the next level.
Yeah, and it's still going to be just as action-packed, still just as entertaining. It's just going to be a little bit more digestible. That's it.
Absolutely. We'll still have guests on the show. We'll still have people who come on and give you really good information. The only difference is going to be it's 30 minutes long, and we will not be broadcasting on Fridays anymore. So I talked to a lot of people about that as well, and I said, what do you think about the Friday broadcast? What do you think about the live in studio? And they said, it's kind of cool. It's a little Oprah Winfrey-like. And I said, oh, well, do you like it or not? And people said, we kind of prefer you guys just sitting in front of the green screen. Yeah. I said, well, if that's what you guys like. You guys want to see me in front of a green screen, then let's do this in front of a green screen.
Which is fine by me, man, because setting up that stage and getting everything going over there, man, that was pretty tough. So I'm more than happy to come, just give the people what they want out of the studio. I mean, I guess they just love watching three handsome dudes talk about real estate.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. I think we're just much better looking behind this screen or in front of the green screen than we are inside of the live studio. So no more live studio. We're getting rid of the Friday shows. Why? Because everybody told me they like to go to happy hour on Friday. Yeah. Nobody wants to spend their Friday at 1 o'clock or whatever time it is. We were doing it early morning, but people weren't watching till the afternoon.
Happy hour from Thursday.
Yeah, it was a happy hour from Thursday, so they couldn't watch on Friday. And then around 1 o'clock, when they were gonna watch, it was happy hour time again.
That's right.
So Friday was just a bad day. We're going back to Tuesday and Thursday, so you can get over your Sunday hangover on Monday, and you can get over your Thursday hangover on Friday, and still catch both episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the one thing I'll ask of our audience is that if you're watching the show, you like it, you enjoy it, share it with your friends. Share it on your news feed. Let people know this is the place they can go to get great information about how to take their business to the next level, how to improve their entrepreneurial business, as well as just get really good information. And sometimes we talk about some funny stuff too.
Yeah, we do love to talk about funny stuff. I mean, what kind of information do you think, for some people that out there maybe watching aren't as familiar with the Ruckus, what information can they expect from us and topics that we're going to be talking about and covering?
Well, one of the things that we talk about a lot is we always talk about the entrepreneurial spirit and what it takes to really become an entrepreneur and what it doesn't take, because there's a lot of myths out there. And so we try to dispel a lot of those myths around what does it really take to be an entrepreneur? What does it take to have a successful business? What does it take to have happy employees in your business, as well as when you have a 1099 business like we do, how to have happy agents, because it changes things. It's a lot different when you're managing people who are not necessarily your employees, quote unquote.
And well, I think the really cool thing for the viewers out there is that you're literally getting to grow with us. We're speaking to you, giving advice, giving guidance through things that we're going through at the moment or have recently been through in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. We're actually talking about real life things that we're doing. The other thing that we talk about a lot is what new technology is out there in the market, how technology is changing the industry, and we dispel a lot of myths around that too, because I know that's one of the biggest myths is, oh my God, technology is destroying real estate. It's going to take over real estate. And no, it's just enhancing everything that we're already doing. And I actually want to segue that into a topic that I was reading about. Now, this one was provided to me by Brandon. I think it's freaking awesome. So Toyota just announced that they're going to be putting Amazon's Alexa, the AI service that everyone's getting in their houses, they're going to be adding that to their cars.
It was only a matter of time.
Oh yeah, you're going to have Amazon Alexa in your car now. And not only can you tell Alexa, for example, Alexa, let me listen to a certain artist or something like that. Yeah. You can actually say, Alexa, I'm headed home. Set my thermostat to 72. And it'll connect to your home and set your thermostat at home to 72. You can say, Alexa,
really cool.
Turn on the lights in the living room. And she can turn on the lights in the living room. Obviously, you got to have your home smart connected. It doesn't just do it. You got to connect your home as well. But
what do you think about that? I mean, I feel like that movement, or I feel like that part of the industry has been moving along slower than I thought it would. I thought the Internet of Things, the smart home things would move along a lot quicker, and we'd start seeing that a lot more in homes.
Well, I think here's the thing. This is data information. So the way that we see AI is not the way that AI is going to be in the future. That's the first thing we need to understand. AI right now is all data-based. It connects, it collects a ton of data. I mean, I was reading a statistic. In the last 2 years, we've collected more data than in the entire human history up to that point. So in 2 years, there's just been this massive data collection, and that's what we're basing our current AI off of. It's a lot of data that's being collected, and then it's able to process that data, and it does probabilities off of the data. It says, okay, what's the most probable thing? So for example, Alexa will listen to a lot of people saying the exact same thing, and then it'll say, okay, well, if anyone says it in this certain way, it probably means this. And so it does something. Now, real AI is it thinks. Yeah. It can actually think. It's able to analyze and process without all of the data. Now, it uses the data feeds as well, but it's actually thinking. We're not there yet. But we're going to get there really quickly.
Yeah. See, so you're saying that AI, a true AI, is able to infer from previous data points.
Exactly. Okay. It's able to infer. It's able to make predictions. It basically will think the way that a human being thinks. And we're about 20 years away from that. So it's getting there. It's getting much better. And the Alexa is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I think Alexa is incredible. But it's just very basic right now.
It is. It does seem very basic.
It's still in the data collection phase. It needs a lot of people asking it things. And it needs people to adopt it. Why do you think Google is giving these things away for like $29? I even think during the wintertime, they had like a free Google Dot.
And I was wondering why these devices are so cheap. But yeah, they're trying to collect data. Okay.
Yeah, right now it's all about, let me collect as much data as possible. Let me hoard all of this data so that I can put it into these devices, and then we can make a lot of predictions and probabilities based off of that data. And as the data gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the technology is going to get better and better and better. That's what Tesla is banking on right now. So for Tesla's smart driving cars, they could actually put self-driving cars on the road right now today if they wanted to. Their cars have all the sensors that are needed. Their cars have all the software that's needed. But what are they missing? They're missing more data. They want to have a lot more driver data so that cars can make less mistakes. So right now the biggest problem with AI in cars is not the AI in the car, it's humans. Humans cause all the accidents for AI because they do things that AI is unable to predict. We do stupid things like run red lights. The AI is like, why would somebody ever run a red light?
Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's the craziest thing ever. Why would somebody accelerate into a yellow light? So that's what you have to understand is that all this data collection, it's going to take a while. It's going to be a lot of trivial things in the beginning. But as we start to get a lot more data, the AI technology is going to start to really revolutionize the world. And that's when things are going to get really cool. But awesome. We do have to take a really quick commercial break. We're still going to have a few commercial breaks. We're just going to be cutting down the total amount. We'll be back in a few minutes with this episode of Realty Ruckus. We'll catch you on the other side.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we were just talking about AI, the way it's changing technology, the reason why realtors don't need to fear AI, and we'll have a lot of discussions about that as the year goes on, I can promise you, because that's one of the hottest topics out there right now. But what I want to talk about is a landmark case up in Illinois, which could change the way that a lot of people that are out there doing investment transactions are doing them. So recently,
so you think they're going to get some sneaky ideas here, huh?
Oh, this is not sneaky ideas. This is to get rid of all the sneaky people out there.
Okay, great.
So one of the biggest arguments in the wholesaling world for the last 3 or 4 years now has been, can you put a property on the MLS that you do not have fee simple ownership of?
Gotcha.
That you have a quote unquote marketing agreement that allows you to put the property up on the MLS. Now, I have constantly told people that that is illegal.
And there's some pretty heated battles.
Oh yeah, you go on to Facebook groups. I guarantee you, if I go on a Facebook forum right now and I ask this question, I have 300-400 comments, and they'll all be from different angles. Somebody's saying no, somebody's saying yes. And here's the thing. We don't really know, because we haven't had a good case like this in Texas to prove one way or the other.
Yeah.
Now, in Illinois, they just did. And it turns out, in Illinois, according to Illinois law, and it's written very similar to Texas law, you have to be the fee simple owner in order to list the property. Okay. So here's what happened. Right, there's an investor who's also a broker.
Okay.
He just got levied a $14,000 fine, $10,000 against him personally, $4,000 against his brokerage.
Okay.
And what he did is that he listed a house that, according to him, a friend, his family members had passed away. And his friend had given him permission to put the property up on the MLS and had signed the paperwork. Now, there's a big question around whether those signatures were legitimate or not. But what it came down to was that the person who was vested on title was not the same person that signed those documents. So it didn't matter whether he forged them or not.
Yeah.
He didn't have the right to be signing them, period.
Yeah, he didn't bother to find.
Yeah, it's like if Brandon's family passes away, or Brandon has a family member that passes away and it has a house, and you sign the paperwork saying, oh, yeah, I know Brandon.
Oh, yeah, man, he's cool with it. Go ahead
exactly.
And sell his house.
So whether I forged your signature or not, at the end of the day, you didn't have the right to sign that listing agreement or those documents. Now, Brandon, he may or may not have had the right to sign that listing or those documents.
Yeah.
But what happened in this case, they got a contract on the property, and they went to go sell the property. Now, nobody could sign to sell the property.
They went to actually go try to close it?
Oh, yeah. They put it up on the MLS. They're trying to close the property. And when they get to closing, of course, the title company says...
How long has this guy had his license?
He's been licensed for a long time. So this all started back in 2011.
Wow, okay.
And the process of him, he's been in trouble twice now.
So it's not some guy just being dumb or doing
stupid things. This is a guy who's doing it over and over and over. This just happens to be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Gotcha.
Because somebody finally came out and fought against him. And so whenever they went to closing, they say, yeah, you don't have the right to sign for this house to the friend. And they say, well, who does? And they found the real owner. And then the real owner said, what the hell? Why do you have my property up for sale on the MLS? I didn't give anybody the rights to do that.
Okay.
And it comes down to, even if he had a marketing agreement, it wasn't enough because he's not the fee simple owner of the property. So they suspended his license for 2 years. He's got a 2-year suspension on his real estate license. Mm-hmm. He also
They're actually going to allow him to come back?
Yeah, and this is his second offense. So his first suspension was 6 months. This is his second suspension now for 2 full years, but they're allowing him back in the game, which I think is crazy. Somebody like this needs to be tossed out completely. Yes. They should not be allowed to continue to do real estate. But this is just a warning sign to everyone who's out there still doing those listings that way.
Well, now, wouldn't this be a little bit different? Because don't these wholesalers, I'm guessing their argument is that they get that marketing agreement from the fee simple owner.
It doesn't matter, though, because in order for them to sign a listing agreement, it has to be signed by the fee simple owner. So
so what the wholesaler does is they get the marketing agreement, and then they go sign the listing agreement with a realtor.
Correct. Gotcha. And what this case is basically setting up is that it's saying, as a real estate broker, agent, which an agent answers to their broker, you have the duty to make sure that whoever signed that listing agreement is actually the fee simple owner of that property. It's not up to anybody else except for you as a responsible party, because you're the one who's a professional. And that's where the problem comes in. If you're the professional, you're doing it, then you know it's your responsibility. You need to filter through that and know, is this person a fee simple owner or not?
Yeah.
So if you come up to me and you're like, hey, I have a marketing agreement, I have to tell you, I'm sorry, I can't list it. And if I do, and that owner down at the very end one day says, I didn't give you permission to list my property, and I say, no, David gave me permission, he got a marketing agreement with you, I can be in trouble because I didn't have a fee simple agreement with the actual owner. Now, you bring me a listing agreement from the owner, and we can make that work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, what in the case of it's a wholesaler that's also licensed?
A wholesaler that's also licensed. So you're doing it, or I'm doing it? Who's actually?
Hold on. We might need to go to events. We're going too down.
Oh, okay. We're going down the rabbit hole. All right, we're going to come out of the rabbit hole then and get into some real estate events. We want to make sure that you guys are prepped for real estate events. Now, remember, today's episode's a little short. We're doing a 20-minute episode.
That's right.
First one of the year, and we'll be able to expand on a lot of these conversations going forward. Yeah. But we do want to make sure that you're aware of the real estate events that are coming up, because there's some pretty good ones coming up.
And I mean, as far as White Picket goes, I mean, we're full right here with our calendar. We had our summit yesterday. We had our new Discipline by Design training program start.
Yeah.
The renewal of our TMAP program. So we're chock full of training over here, guys. But for those of you out there who are interested in joining White Picket, or maybe know somebody that is, on the 18th next week, we're actually going to be having our Team WPR Discovery Day. Now, this one's going to be up in the Lake Houston area. So this is focusing on all agents up in the north area of the greater Houston metropolitan area. And so for all those that are interested, we're going to be having that Team WPR Discovery Day in Atascocita at the Groves community at the Perry Homes Model Home. It's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. and you can find more information about that event on our Facebook page and on Houston Real Estate Events page. And of course, in February, I am happy to announce we are renewing our happy hour. We're going to change it up this year. It's going to be called the Real Estate Rally, and we're going to be having that again at St. Arnold's the second Tuesday of every other month. So this first one is coming up February 13th, guys. Keep a lookout for the invite. I'll be sending out emails soon, and I hope to see you there. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit 300 plus.
Oh, I think we'll hit fire marshal numbers again.
Exactly.
I think that if you don't show up on time, you're not gonna be getting in. It's just that simple.
Yep.
Everyone, I got to get used to this new format.
Yes.
I'm used to sitting up here
and roll tide, Arturo.
Rambling on. Yeah, roll tide, Arturo. I'm used to sitting up here rambling for an hour. I've only get 30 minutes now. I got to learn to not talk so much.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a challenge for me.
Just wait for Alan. Wait till Alan comes back.
Oh, I mean, between me and Alan, I'm not sure we'll ever do a 30-minute episode.
I don't know how this is going to work.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you again. Remember, Thursday from 1:30 to 2 p.m., you can come out here, improve your real estate business, improve any business it is that you're working on from the Realty Ruckus in the live from the White Picket Realty Studios. I even forgot what they're called.
The holidays got us rusty.
We'll see you guys on Thursday. Take care.
Later, guys.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.